Okay, hi out there, gardening world, gardening friends. This is Kathy, the neighborhood gardener, and today I thought I'm just going to share a little bit of before and after with you. It's a beautiful day here again in Florida, and so I've been working on my side garden, and I just wanted to kind of give you a look at what it looks like before and after I get it put back together. So just a couple of things that I did on this side garden. First of all, I started with the backdrop, the wall behind it. It was just really dirty from over the winter. Cleaned the wall up really nice. So that's what I did first. Backdrop looks really nice and clean. The bench that I have behind me here, this garden bench, a friend of mine built this for me, gosh, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it's held up pretty well. It's starting to get a little weak in some areas, but for the most part, I love the look of it. So I'm hoping it's going to last for quite a few more years. It's got moss all over it. This is in between my house and my neighbor's house. It's a very small area, but it looks really nice. So what I did to begin with, I had to take all of the pots that I had on that bench off, clean them all out because they had leaves all in them, and they just need a little freshening up, some new soil, some fertilizer. So I'll be putting those back afterwards. So I want to give you a quick look at what this bench looks like because I think it's really cool. I just love how nature just does its own thing. It's covered with moss, little pieces of sedum start to grow in there, and fern right on the bench, not even in pots. So I just love how that ends up looking. So I'm going to bring you a little closer here, give you a quick look, and then I'm also repotting a larger cactus plant that sits on the top shelf there. It has been there since I put the bench up, and it's done really well. It's needs to be repotted because the pot it was in was plastic, and it's all starting to break apart now. But the plant itself is just beautiful. So all it really needs is a new pot and some fresh soil and some fertilizer. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So you can kind of see right here in the corner, this fern is actually just growing on the side of this bench, and I've got some little sedum that has started to grow there as well. It's been there for a couple of years. All right, so you can see a little bit better of, I've got a large barrel there, and it's got some rosemary and wandering Jew down there at the bottom, and some just random plantings that I just stuck in there, some lemongrass. It's all together in a big barrel. It just all needs to be cleaned out. But I just kind of, actually it was just because I had nowhere to put them, I just started sticking them in that pot, and somehow it worked. It looks really nice. It's got some, oh, I can't think of the name of that flower right now. It'll come to me. Anyway, hummingbirds love it. And so anyway, so yeah, quick look. I'll get my mulch down, and that's kind of my garden project for today. It's a full afternoon's worth. So we'll see how it turns out. I'll take you along. Okay, so we're back in my garage now. This is the plant I was telling you about. I think you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. It's a beautiful old cactus, and it's just got a beautiful structure to it. In and around the bottom, let me see if I can move this a little closer so you can get a better look at. It's full of succulents, and some of them, I don't even know what they are. You know how you buy them at the store and they don't tell you the name of them? But I know that this one right here, this is Mother of Many. Let's see if I can move that out. There you go. It's called Mother of Many. It gets all these little babies on here and then they drop. This actually planted itself in this container because I had a Mother of Many plant next to it, and it just seeded in there itself. And then you can kind of see right here, this is, I think they call it flapjack. You can kind of see, that's kind of cool. And then there's some of these little guys right here. I'm not really sure what these are called, but they're like little bulbs. The trick here that I'm going to show you is I have already put this pot inside the pot that I'm going to plant this in. Let me move this back. All right, so if you can kind of see here, I bought this new pot and I drilled holes in it. It's got to have really good drainage. So what I have done here is I put my bottom soil down, and then I took the actual plastic pot, and I'll take that out in just a few minutes and show you. I put that in the middle, and then you start taking the soil and you put it around the pot that's actually in the middle there. And then when you pull the pot out, because this is all so dense in here, when you lift that pot out, the soil will be all exactly like it needs to be around the side, so you don't have to go and backfill and do it that way. Lift it out. I'll take the pot off, the plastic pot that is breaking, and then I'll have the actual planter that I can just take and set inside there. Done. And you know, you want to make sure that when you're doing succulents and cactus that you're using a cactus mix, because it's got to be well draining soil, and make sure you've got enough holes put in your planter here. So this is the trick here. So I'm just taking this soil, lifting this up, and then you just pack it in like that. Just keep going around, packing it in, and you can kind of see where that old pot is there, but I'm gonna break that thing off. You can kind of see it's just breaking off like that. So I think it'll work, and it'll make this job a little easier when I go to lift it up and put it in there. So let me just keep filling and get this around there. All right, keep lifting and packing. So I've got all that packed in there. So I'm just going to show you. Let's see if this trick works. I've done it before. We'll see how it works. I've never done it with something this large, but I'm going to lift the bowl out and then I'll let you get a look at the inside. So I've got all of this surrounding packed in really tight, really good. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can get this guy out of here. The bad thing is the bowl keeps cracking. So this may be like a little bit of a fail, but nonetheless, I'll take you along with me. All right, here it comes. It's cracking. I think I can get it out of there. Ah, perfect. All right. All right. That worked out good. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. So let me see if I can I'm gonna tilt the bowl a little bit or bring it closer. You can see how that is like a perfect mold of the pot in there. So now all of this is built up around the sides. I'm just gonna break this apart and then lift it and put it in there. I'm crouching. I'm getting good at this crouching. Good thing I have a table to kind of pull myself back up. You know how the old knees go. All right, so let's break this pot apart here. So you can kind of see how, man, this thing is, look at the root system on that. So brittle, it's just gonna pull right off. And I can then take this guy in. It's gonna have a little more room on this pot, inside of this new pot, so it will be able to sprout out a little bit and maybe even thrive a little bit better. See if you can see me pulling this off. Can you see that? We can do, I want to try to lift it off now, off of the bottom of that. Just going to drop that guy. Let's try that again. I'm just going to drop this guy. Ah, there's the roots. All right, look at that. Let me pull it back a little bit so you can kind of get a better look. So here's the bowl coming off, and the roots are actually kind of stuck to it. There we go. So let's pull that off. Look at that. That thing looks like, kind of looks like a flower, right? All right, I like it. All right, so now what I'm going to do, just going to loosen the roots, maybe just a little bit, because it is pretty root bound. Look at the roots on that thing. Look at that. It's just beautiful. All right, so here we go. Into the pot you go. Remove this. All right, and perfect fit. Ta-da. I like it. That was so much easier to do it that way. And it is in there really tight. I have to put a little more soil in here. I'm just going to put some pellet fertilizer in there. So one thing I wanted to show you, you can kind of tell if you have a plant that has fertilizer in it. I don't think you can even kind of see it in here, but I can see there's pellets in here. All right, little pellet. I don't know if you can see that, but watch this. Squeeze it, pop. Did you see that? I saw it. When you get plants from the nursery, and if you want to know when do I fertilize it, pick up the little fertilizer pellets. If it's hard and it doesn't squeeze, you're good. When you squeeze it and it pops, you're gonna need more fertilizer. So there you go. This guy looks pretty good. Ready to go back out when I finish cleaning up that side garden. It will be center stage and it's good to go for the spring showing. All right, well, I hope you learned a little something from this. I have a few other things behind me that I'm going to do, a couple other cactus. I wanted to just show you this really quick as well. This is a starfish cactus. The blooms on this thing will get beautiful. I have to post a picture. Cut off a few of the babies off of the top, and here they are, because I just wanted to start another little container of these. So all I'm going to do with these is put them in a little bit of rooting hormone on the bottom. I've let these callus over for about 2 days now. And then I've got a little pot. You always want to use a small pot. Stick them in the pot and make sure you got the right side down, and let them take root. And then I'll put them as they grow, I'll put them in a bigger pot. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you as well. So this is the extent of my gardening for today, and I hope you learned a little something or just enjoyed relaxing and not being in the dirt yourself and enjoyed the video. So anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I will catch up with you soon. I hope you all have a great day out there. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you do. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Got it. Pentas, that's what they are.